Hello students, welcome to RD Chemistry. In this video, I will explain preparations and physical properties of haloalkanes and haloarenes. The first preparation is from alcohols. Alcohol formula is ROH. Using PCl5, we can prepare alkyl chlorides. Then you have got thionyl chloride. Thionyl chloride formula is SOCl2 in the presence of the pyridine. Here, pyridine acts as the base to remove hydrogen chloride. Pyridine is a organic base. Okay, and we get alkyl chloride, sulfur dioxide gas, and HCl gas we are going to get. And this is the one of the best method to prepare alkyl chloride because sulfur dioxide and HCl are the gases here. Then you have got phosphorus trichloride or phosphorus tribromide or in general phosphorus trihalide. So we get here the alkyl halide. The next method is using a potassium iodide and the phosphoric acid H3PO4 which produces alkyl iodides. And the last one we have got the hydrogen chloride and the anhydrous zinc chloride which is commonly called as the Lucas reagent to convert alcohol ROH into the alkyl chlorides which is called as the Gruss process, right? The second method is from alkenes. We have got either Markovnikov's rule or anti-Markovnikov's rule. See this one first, Markovnikov's rule. The positive part of the reagent gets attached to the double bonded carbon atom containing more number of hydrogen and the negative part of the reagent gets attached to the double bonded carbon atom containing lesser number of hydrogen. So we get the product according to Markovnikov's rule. What is the anti-Markovnikov rule? For that you make use of the peroxide like organic peroxide, benzoyl peroxide we can make use of. Okay, so here it is a reverse addition takes place, that of the Markovnikov rule. Remember, the addition of HBr in the presence of peroxide results in the anti-Markovnikov product and also called as the peroxide effect or the Karast effect. Remember, only the HBr is added to the alkene using the anti-Markovnikov rule. HCl and HI will not be added to the alkene according to the anti-Markovnikov rule even though there is a peroxide as the catalyst. Remember, only HBr and the peroxide leads to anti-Markovnikov product. Rest will form the Markovnikov product. Okay, right? Next one we have the halide exchange reaction or halogen reaction. That means one halogen is replaced by some other halogen. The first reaction is the Finkelstein reaction. Here alkyl chloride or alkyl bromides are converted into alkyl iodides in the presence of sodium iodide using dry acetone as the solvent. Okay. In the second Schwarz reaction, the alkyl chloride or alkyl bromides are converted into the alkyl fluoride in the presence of the mercury fluoride or silver fluoride. Okay. So remember Finkelstein to prepare iodides and Schwarz reaction to prepare fluoride starting with the chlorides and the bromides. Okay. The next one is the how to prepare DDT. Okay. Dichloro, diphenyl, trichloroethane. So we have to make use of the chlorobenzene. We have to make use of the chlorobenzene. This is the chlorobenzene. 2 moles of chlorobenzene reacts with the chloral. What is chloral? Chloral is the acetaldehyde derivative. Okay. Remove hydrogen atom. So introduce Cl. This is a trichloroacetaldehyde which is also called as the chloral. Okay. Right. So 2 moles of the chlorobenzene reacts with the chloral in the presence of concentrated sulfuric acid which act as the dehydrating agent to give finally DDT, dichloro, diphenyl, trichloroacetic acid. Now this acts as the insecticide which is used to kill the insects, right? The next property is the physical property which you are going to study. You know that alkyl halides are polar. That means if I take carbon halogen bond, halogen is more electronegative and become carbon electropositive. It is a polar in nature. Okay. So I can take a carbon fluorine bond, carbon chlorine bond, carbon bromine bond and carbon the iodine bond. All are polar in nature. But they are insoluble in water because they cannot form the hydrogen bonding. To form hydrogen bonding, hydrogen should be attached to three more electronegative elements in the periodic table, either nitrogen or the fluorine or the oxygen atom. Whenever hydrogens are attached to these three more electronegative elements, then only they can form hydrogen bonding. But here it is a halogen attached to the carbon atom. Hydrogen is not attached here to the halogen atom. Okay, therefore they cannot be soluble in water. Yeah, next point is about the melting point and the boiling point. Greater the molar mass, stronger is the van der Waals interactions and higher is the melting point, boiling point. Here, for the same alkyl, let the alkyl group is equal to CH3. I got methyl iodide, methyl bromide, methyl chloride and methyl fluoride. Okay. Now alkyl group is same. You know that atom mass of the iodine is greater compared to bromine, compared to chlorine, compared to iodine. So this is the order, okay, for the melting point and the boiling point, right? On increasing the branching, surface area is decreased. Hence the van der Waals force of attraction decreases, boiling point also decreases. Let me take a N-butyl bromide, CH3, CH2, CH2 and CH2Br. CH2Br. This is N-butyl bromide. Let me take its isomer. The carbon is attached to three more carbon atoms. I am going for tertiary butyl bromide. Tertiary butyl bromide. This is a linear molecule, larger surface area. Here almost it's a branching one, almost becomes spherical in nature. So suppose this one more linear molecule. Interactions are there throughout the chain. So therefore more is the van der Waals interaction. Suppose this is a spherical molecule. So neighboring spherical molecule can be attracted only at this region. That means as the interaction decreases, the boiling point, melting point also decreases. Remember, as the branching goes on increases, the boiling point goes on decreases. Okay, right? That means N-butyl bromide has got the larger boiling point compared to the its isomer, the tertiary butyl bromide. Clear? About the thermal stability, okay, the RF greater than RCl greater than RBr greater than Ri, keeping R is same. For example, R is equal to CH3. Okay, now carbon fluorine bond, carbon chlorine bond, carbon bromine bond and carbon iodine bond. You know that down the halogen series, fluorine is the fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. Down the group, halogens, the size of the halogen goes on increase. That means the carbon fluorine bond is smaller bond and carbon iodine the larger bond. Which one is easy to break? The carbon iodine bond is easy to break. As the size of the halogen atom goes on increases, bond length increases, it is easy to break the bond. That means carbon fluorine is a stronger bond, so it is a more stable, and the least stable is the iodides here, right? The density of the alkyl halide is again Ri greater than Rbr greater than Rcr greater than Rf, because atom mass of iodine greater compared to bromine, compared to chlorine, compared to the fluoride, right? Now let us solve some problem. The best method for the conversion of alcohol into alkyl chloride by treating alcohol with the dash. Yeah, as I mentioned in the synopsis part, thionyl chloride is the best one because the side products are the gases. So alcohol ROH reacts with the thionyl chloride SOCl2 to give RCl. Then side products are sulfur dioxide and the hydrochloric. Okay. So sulfur dioxide gas, hydrogen chloride is also a gas when you prepare. Therefore, side products are not there. We are going to get pure alkyl chloride. So this is the best method to prepare. So this is the thionyl chloride. SOCl2 is called the thionyl chloride, right? So answer is option number 2 here. Clear? What is the IUPAC's name of the given compound? See here, the given carbon atom is attached to the three more CH3s, correct? CH3 thrice they are given, CH3 and CH3, then attach the chlorine. So you have to first select the longest chain of carbon atom. So carbon number 1, carbon number 2 and carbon number 3. So this is a substituent called as the methyl substituent on second carbon atom. This is also a substituent, this is called the chloro substituent on carbon number 2. See the alphabetically order M and C. Which comes first? C comes first. So it should be called as the 2-chloro, 2-chloro, 2-methyl, 2-chloro, 2-methyl. Longest chain contains 3 carbon atom, carbon-carbon single bond. It is a propane. Correct? So what is the answer, student? Answer is option number 2. 2-chloro 2-methyl propane, right? Question number 3. An organic compound on heating with a cupric oxide produces carbon dioxide but not water. The organic compound may be. Remember here, cupric oxide acts as the oxidizing agent, okay, to give carbon and but no water they are given. Remember, student, whenever there are organic compounds are there, in the organic compound carbon is getting oxidized to give carbon dioxide, hydrogen is oxidized to give water molecule, correct, in general. But here there is no water they are mentioned. That means hydrogen should not be there in the given compound. Chloroform formula CHCl3, carbon hydrogen both are there. Methane is a CH4, carbon hydrogen both are there. Ethyl iodide C2H5I, carbon is there, hydrogen is there. Carbon tetrachloride is a CCl4, carbon is there but hydrogen is not there. That means carbon tetrachloride will not give water on oxidation. Therefore answer is option number 4. Okay, right? Question number 4. The catalyst used in the preparation of alkyl chloride by the action of dry HCl on alcohol is. Okay. So suppose I make use of alcohol and if I make use of HCl, okay, the reaction may be slow. For that we make use of anhydrous zinc chloride to give alkyl chloride. And this composition is called the Lucas reagent. Remember Lucas reagent. Clear? So the answer is option number 3. Anhydrous zinc chloride act as the catalyst. Okay, right? Question number 5. The arrangement of the following compounds. In this case, a question is missing. So you have tried on in the increasing order of the boiling point. Remember, in the increasing order of the boiling point, these compounds you have tried on. And options are also missing, but we'll set the order for this. So bromoethane. Bromoethane is a C2H5Br, ethyl bromide. Then bromoform like chloroform, it is CHBr3, bromoform. Chloromethane. Chloromethane is a methyl chloride, CH3Cl. And dibromoethane is nothing but, okay. So we have got C2H5 is a ethyl. I can have one bromine becomes a, it is a monobromoethane. So now we want dibromo. So C2H4Br twice. Okay, remember student, as the molar mass increases, the boiling point also increases. So I'll write down the first highest boiling point. The highest molar mass is for 3 bromine atoms here, right? Clear? Right? The highest boiling point for CHBr3. Okay. Remember student, bromine atom mass is 80, chlorine atom mass is 35.5, then carbon atom mass is 12, hydrogen atom mass is 1. You can calculate also. Okay. Or you can look at the number of halogen atoms. Okay. So this is done. Next one, highest number of halogen atom is here, right? So we have got C2H4, then Br2 comes, right? This is done. Next one, here we have got bromine you have got, when you have got chlorine you have got. So next one comes as the C2H5Br. Then finally we have got CHCl3. This is the increasing order of the molar mass, also the increasing order of the boiling point. Clear students? Right? Or I can also write CH3Cl is a Roman number 3 here, then followed by we have got Roman number 1, then followed by we have got Roman number 4, and followed by we have got the second one. Okay, so this should be the option actually. Okay, right? Question number 6. Which of the following statement is true in case of alkyl halides? Option number 1, they are polar in nature. Correct. Carbon chlorine bond, if I do that, so there is a chlorine negatively charged, carbon positive charge, which is a polar in nature. This is true. Okay. They can form hydrogen bond, which is not true. I explained the synopsis part. When they cannot form hydrogen bond, they are insoluble in water. Third option is also wrong here. They cannot undergo addition reaction, but they can easily undergo the elimination reaction. They can undergo nucleophilic substitution reaction. Okay, so option number 4 also wrong statement. So the answer is option number 1 here. Okay. Question number 7. The compound having the longest carbon chlorine bond is. See the first one. You know that chlorine or halogen contains lone pair of electron. If there is a benzene, lone pairs are involved in the resonance, therefore carbon chlorine bond gets a double bond character, right? So bond length decreases. Whenever there is a resonance, it get a partial double bond character, atoms come closer, bond length decreases and become shorter bond. Now in case of here also second compound, this is vinyl chloride. Here also we have got lone pair and we have got the double bond, so there is also a resonance here. Okay, so bond length decreases. And the third one, chlorobenzene. Chlorobenzene also there is a resonance, carbon chlorine double bond character we have got. Now see the fourth one, there is a chlorine atom, but there is no conjugation of the double bond. That means there is no resonance. So therefore carbon chlorine bond in this case longer bond compared to the remaining three here. So therefore answer is option number 4, right? Question number 8. To get a DDT, chlorobenzene has to react with the following compound in the presence of concentrated sulfuric acid. Okay. To get DDT, we need a chloral. Correct? Student, we need chloral. What is chloral? Chloral is nothing but aldehyde. Which aldehyde? Acetaldehyde with the 2 carbon atom. Acetaldehyde is a CH3CH2. Okay. So if I remove the hydrogen, I can bring the chlorine atom. This is called the chloral. Chloral is a trichloro. It is a trichloroacetaldehyde. Trichloroacetaldehyde or trichloroethanol. Ethanol is nothing but acetaldehyde. Therefore, answer is option number 2. Trichloroacetaldehyde. Okay. Question number 9. Organic compound which produces bluish green colored flame on heating in the presence of copper is. See student, this test is called as the Beilstein's test. It is known as the Beilstein's test, and this is a test to confirm or identify the halogen atom which is present in the organic compound. Okay. Now chlorobenzene, chlorine is there, halogen is there. Benzaldehyde does not contain halogen. Aniline does not contain halogen. It is an amine. Okay. And benzaldehyde is aldehyde. And we have got benzoic acid contains a COH group. So halogen is there only on the chlorobenzene. So it can give the bluish green color when you heat it in the presence of the copper wire. Okay. So the answer is option number 1. Clear? Students, like the videos, share the videos. Please do subscribe RD Chemistry YouTube channel as well as the Telegram channel. And thank you for watching. Have a nice day.